Welcome to Sandleford Warren. I'll try and edit in a couple of shots of the map from Watership Down, the book, and from Google Earth just at this point to establish exactly where I am, but this is as close as I can get to the arrow in the book. I'm in Sandleford Park, just south of Newbury. Over that way is Greenham Common Air Base, just to give you your bearings. I drove past that. And this bank here looks ideal. It's right in the corner of the park, tucked right out the way. The ground's a bit more boggy than I expected, but we've got the sun. I do see a single tree there. I hoped it'd be a rowan tree, that would be appropriate for a three-hour, but I think it's an oak tree. But anyway, here it is. Sandleford Warren. Unbuilt on. Ideal for rabbits. Now I've just got a bit closer to where the main holes would be in the warren here. I imagine the three-hour rolls would be around here. But over there is the gap that suits where in the film 1978 film. I'm sorry about the wind if the wind's causing a problem here. There's a gap here that suits where Fiver sees the fields covered in blood. I'm getting closer to the mic here. I'm just going to switch off and try and get a lack of wind in a minute. Actually, no, I'll keep filming. But if you think about it in the film, Hazel and Fiver's outskirters, their holes will be over here somewhere, I think. And there's a gap here. Maybe Richard Adams specifically thought of this place. Maybe it was this specific, because here we go. Didn't expect to find this, because I thought the rugby fields would be nearby, but here they are. The fields that were covered in blood. Right, so turning around, we're going to look back down the slope here, and the ditch is just over there, where I believe they collect. That's the ditch, the brook they go down to get away from the warren. It's not very far away really. For a rabbit it would be a larger area, but it really is a small area. So they wouldn't have had much to hide from the owsler. And this place is a lot more overgrown than the photograph I've seen of it from about 20-30 years ago. But I'll try and find the culvert. I'm not sure I'll find that. But I'm going to go to the ditch now and walk down the ditch. Quite boggy, but I'm going to walk down the ditch to the River Enborne. That's the aim of today, to get to that first part of the book. And that's down in that direction. So now I'm at the ditch. That's looking north roughly. See, it's actually quite full. It's been raining because of our rubbish British summer. Should mention it took me 2 hours longer than I expected to get here. Typical British roads, as you'll see at the start of the video. I'm going to include some shots of that. Not many, because that's not what you're really watching this for. But now we're going to walk down the ditch. I'm not going to film all the way down. And try and get to the woods and then the River Enborne. Bye bye Sandleford Warren. So I just got through a first gap in the hedge here and up a path there. So there's a path that goes across, which I might edit later. This is a continuation down towards the River Enborne here. The ditch is over there. So just continuing on down. We're about halfway to the river now. And over the ditch you get these ways with a land. There must be a land drain under there, so the ditch is still going down. It really does need draining here. So this is a kind of earth bridge with a land tube underneath. Rabbits would be able to hide in here, I guess, if it was dry. Of course, being the British summer, it isn't dry. As you can see, quite waterlogged ground, and I forgot to bring my willy boots. As I came through the hedge just then, there were a couple of guys camping with their kids, and I'm continuing down towards the Enborne now. And they're quite surprised to see this bloke come through the hedge, I think, with a camera, so I just reassured them what I was doing. They were very nice about it. weirdos in parks with cameras. So just continuing on down towards the Enborne now. Now, over there, I don't know if I'll get them, I've just seen some rabbits. They're not at the Sandleford Warren, obviously. And they ran off as soon as they saw me. But yeah, there is a warren here, so it is suited to rabbits. I've got no chance of seeing them, but yeah, a couple of them ran off. I wish I'd got them on camera. But yeah, that was quite nice. And that's another gap through the trees there. This is where I saw the rabbits, along here. There's little copse in there, so ideal place for them. And then we're continuing on down towards the Enborne this way. Now just check where I am, and because I assume the woods have diminished a little bit, but strictly speaking, these are the woods they go into. There's a little belt of trees here. It only thickens up towards the bottom there, so it's not a very big area. So I'm now going to go into the woods. I don't know if there's a path through here. I think they enter up there somewhere, probably in the book. And just see if there's a path through. Of course, there does seem to be some kind of path. Don't know how boggy it'll be. So yeah, we are entering the woods, and there's lots of stinging nettles. Oh god, it's boggy here. I really wish I had brought my welliser with me, but I thought it's a summer's day, it'll be dry, don't worry about it. Yes, I can see why a rabbit would be intimidated by this. So boggy here. And we found a track. So I'm going to check where that goes. Now on the other side of the track, and this is the drainage ditch leading down to the Enborne, so we're going to try and get down to the Enborne now somehow. Just gone past a private keep out sign, but that's not going to stop me. I've come too far. I might have to go up onto that field there to get to the river, because this is impassable. Found a slightly easier path now, because the drainage ditch gets very flooded down there. Don't know if you can see that. Don't know if that's the Enborne or not. It might well be. It's very flooded. Just going to go on further and see. There's a hare over there. Don't know if you can see it. As I walk along, it might come out. I'm zoomed in, so sorry about the shake. Definitely saw a hare. Just saw a deer. that wood over there. I'm going to carry up on the high ground because it gets boggy down there, but that's the woods there. See how spooked rabbits would get in there. And they continue down to the Enborne. I've just found a way into the woods, and here's that drainage ditch. Again, coming down. So that's the line we follow down there. We're nearly at the Enborne now. The ground is starting to slope downwards. I wonder if we're getting towards the river. This would be the woods where there was a dog loose. Right here. I hear its bark far away. No, they've got to get away. And I think down there is the River Enborne. There it is. It's not very big. There's a gravel spit. There's one of those mentioned in the book. I'll go further up here and take a look up here. The Enborne. Quite overgrown. Quite silted up, really. I can't be sure if I'm at the exact place they cross, but this is the Enborne, and over there is Hampshire. That land right there is Hampshire, the county of Hampshire, where the rest of the book takes place. So, we've got here. That was quite overgrown. And now I've got to find my way back. And here, conveniently, is a piece of wood they could have used to cross the Enborne. They wouldn't have had to float on it. Double checking on Google Maps, I've realised this is actually where the drainage ditch meets the Enborne, so this is more or less exactly where they would have come to the river. Right here. And this is the stretch they would have to cross. Lovely, quiet, peaceful little place. My shoes are soaked through. I narrowly avoided being stung by stinging nettles. Well worth it. And I've dropped a pin here so I know exactly where this is, so I can come back here. Lovely quiet little spot. Of course, this isn't a problem that troubles rabbits. I knew I'd have to climb through a barbed wire fence at some point. I've had to climb through a gate, over another gate, and through this barbed wire fence. Yeah, but I'm now back in Sandleford Park. While I'm on the subject, I need to say thank you to Newbury Rugby Club, who allow me to park right by Sandleford Park. It turns out there wasn't actually a way through. I had to go along the edge of one of their pitches and find a way through the fence. But it was the most convenient place, so I'm really grateful to them. They're very good people. They've been very helpful and accommodating. I thought I was done, but I'm not, because of course now I'm done. Now it starts raining. That was lucky. I'm going to get a bit wet getting back, but yeah. Anyway, back to the car.